Hello, everyone. Welcome to Roll for Solidarity, uplifting Black and Asian creatives in TTRPGs. We are in the middle of a 3-day stream extravaganza from Thursday, May 26th through to Saturday, May 28th, organized by Transplanter RPG and TTRP Gifts. We have 43 creators of color coming together across 7 panels and 3 one-shots to raise money for 2 charities, a fresh food and mental health fund in Buffalo, New York, and an organization that empowers young Asian women in Boston. Our donation goal for this event is $5,000. Use the command !donate in chat or go to ko-fi.com/transplanterrpg. But hey, that's not all. To thank our incredible community for tuning in and supporting this event, we're offering in-chat giveaways. Hitting donation milestones will unlock the following rewards. At 10%, 1 Electrum chest from Idle Champions for everyone. At 25%, 1 $20 gift card from Die Hard Dice. At 50%, 1 Monsters of the Multiverse Roll20 code. At 60%, another $20 gift card to Die Hard Dice. At 70%, another Monsters of the Multiverse Roll20 code. At 80%, 3 gold chests from Idle Champions for everyone. At 90%, yet another $20 gift card to Die Hard Dice. And finally, when we reach 100% of our goal, we'll get another Monsters of the Multiverse code for Roll20. And donations of over $200 will for donations of over $200, you'll get a free battle map commission from Possum Punks on Twitter. Right now, we're at 25% of the goal. And let's see, we should try to hit 30% by the end of this game. I think we can do it. We can rally together as a community. It'll be great.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, let's go. My name is Anne, aka XO_Girl Wonder on Twitter. I will be GMing this lovely game of kids on bikes. Super chill, relaxed, just a bunch of kids, hanging out in their small town, investigating a mystery, good vibes. Let's see. Let's meet the players of this game and hear from them what they're all about, who they are when they're not playing games, and a little bit about their characters. I'm gonna start with DM Steve. Steve, go.
Heck yeah. No, I love going first here. I love this stuff. Hey everyone. I'm super jazzed because I've never played this game before. But like Anne was saying, my name's Steve. You can find me on Twitter at DEEM Steve. That stands for slide into my DMs and talk to me about Nickelback. I don't know. We were talking about that in the green room. Don't talk to me about Nickelback ever. You can find me on podcasts like Asians That Present, where I'm one of the co-hosts, where we talk about Asian representation in tabletop RPG and other gaming spaces. So obviously, Roll for Solidarity is near and dear to my heart. You might also recognize me from yesterday's panel, and you might see this face again for another actual play later today. But all that said, today I'm going to be playing How No, or Hank as he prefers, who is a wannabe popular kid. So we'll see how that goes. Good luck, Hank. And then I'll hand it over to, I don't know, Danny, can I hand it over to you?
Yeah, let's do it. Hello, I'm Danny. I just do random things on the internet, that ADHD life where you're just constantly switching up hyperfixations. Currently cosplay is one for me. So you can find me on socials. I just changed to Bitterthorn pretty much on everything. And yeah, just can be a friend and talk fun, nerdy things. Today I'm playing Mindy, who goes by Min Kim, and she is a believer. She is going to be the conspiracy theorist of this group, and she's just always looking for the magic in things, and I'm just excited to kind of play with this character. We'll see how it goes. Let me pass it off to Lynn.
Hey, I'm Lynn, Gremlin Art, pretty much everywhere on the socials. You catch my art there, and catch me playing Vampire, Blazing Dark, all sorts of things like that. And I am playing Quinn Higa, she, her. She goes by Q, which she's when trying to get her school to call her that, but she's a just a little strange kid who also wants to be like master of the crows. So.
And last but not least, Akemi, let's go.
That's me. Hi, I'm Akemi. Ninja Penguin AM on most places on the internet that I exist. Let's see, today I'm playing Kaede. Name means maple. They're a scout. As the Ambassador Guide Junior Handbook says, on page number 1, today should be a good day.
That adventurous spirit is going to serve Kaede well with the group of kids that they are ending up with today. A few things of note about where you all are. Oh boy. I'm sorry, I lost one of my links. Swan Shores Creek is a small town. It's on the Canadian side of the US-American border. It's a small town, not quite coastal. Not quite coastal. It's in British Columbia, but it's not quite by the water. And it's a small town that people drive through all the time, but they never really stop to stay. There's really not much of a reason to stay there unless you were born there, you grew up there. It's a very quirky, small town with a lot of fun rumors attached to it. When people stop, they usually go to see the Cryptid Cove, you know, the quirky little museum that has a bunch of weird stuff about the different supernatural sightings in the area, you know, like Bigfoot, Sasquatch, you know, like all of those things that people don't usually think are real, you know, like it's just a really fun quirk of the town. And Min in particular loves this place because it's like, yeah, I am all about the weird stuff, you know, I believe these things are true. And when you live in when you when you live in the town, you basically either are you know, believer, or you just kind of make fun of it, and it's just a weird quirky thing of your town and you roll your eyes at it. So that's for each of you to decide which side you are all in. However, as cool as that all seems, something's been happening recently that has specifically spooked each one of you as a group. You've been having dreams. You've been seeing a white a figure in a white dress, sort of spectral in your dreams. You don't understand why, but this figure has been appearing to you in your dreams. Sometimes just silently hovering, floating, sometimes calling for help. But it's
Spooky.
there. And it's been speaking to you at times in your dreams. And it's been happening for the last week. And you don't know why.
Is this the only dream we've been having for a whole week?
I would say that it's sprinkled in there, but like either it's been that particular dream or this figure has been in whatever dream you happen to be having at the time. It just like shows up like this figure. It doesn't matter if it's like a separate dream or like a dream that you've been having.
I think by this point, if we're at school, Min has probably made like a drawing of this person and written, "Have you seen this fairy?" and made posters of it and stapled it all over the school. And they keep getting taken down, but she's always like,
no, like the student council, like just people being like the responsible people are just like nope, no. And you hear mumblings of like older students being like, there's a reason we got the Supernatural Mysteries Club disbanded. Those kids. And like they keep spreading this nonsense. And yeah. So on a typical day, you're all like, this is what I would call the quintessential Canadian Catholic school experience. So y'all are wearing like your uniforms, like I'm trying to remember. It's a like a white buttoned up blouse with a gray slacks or like a plaid skirt, whatever, depending on the option. At this point, because it's springtime, you're not necessarily needing to wear your pullover sweaters or your cardigans, but it's an option. You are in your school uniforms, and you're all heading to school for the start of your day.
Yeah.
And
So
Min is already here, like posting posters. So what about the rest of you?
Yeah. So I think Hank, first of all, Hank is so cool for this school uniform. So yeah, it's like the gray slacks and like the white polo. But because we gotta make it fashion, we take the sweater it's too hot to wear anyways.
Yeah.
We fold it really nicely and put it over one shoulder and just like walk around with that. Like it's not a scarf per se, but like the cool kids do this. And I think Hank is gonna try to find Min because you are embarrassing. Like you're kind of being kind of uncool right now. So we need to talk about this.
Well, to add to your embarrassment, Min has her like uniform on, but in contrast, it is a little bit more disheveled. And for like a hair accessory, which they're allowed to have, she has like this handmade kind of almost plushy, like little half up, half down do with like the little clip, like plushy clip, and it looks like a big old pink bow with like there's like a little unicorn, like stuffed animal kind of face with a little horn in the center, and it's kind of,
I love that.
It's a little much.
So yeah, I think first thing in the morning, Hank is gonna like see these posters and be like, I gotta find this is 100% Min. I need to go find her.
And much like the Bigfoot that is hard to find around this area and find sightings of, you're unable to find her at the moment.
You know what? So I know you in your like MO. Obviously, the next person I'm gonna find is Q. And if I can't find Q, then Kaede pretty much has tabs on all of us all the time. I don't really know why they have tabs on us all the time, but it's kind of, it has uses every once in a while, I guess. Would Q or Kaede kind of be like in their usual like stomping grounds in the early morning?
Yes, absolutely.
with the
So
crows out there.
where
Yes.
are you guys at?
You just see yeah, Q is outside. She has a just like a really like a toque with like little cat ears on it. She looks also disheveled. Like she has like the sleeves kind of like they're not like rolled up, they're just unbuttoned. So they're just kind of just hanging a little bit on the side. She has her giant backpack, and right now she's just reaching into her backpack and just like taking out. You can maybe smell the cat food a little bit, like as she's like the bag sometimes breaks and gets loose and it grinds up and then just spreads like this cat food smell all over. So she's just like throwing it out, like trying to get the crows to eat it.
Gross. uh, I think Hank is gonna approach with trepidation. This is not what he wanted to do first thing in the morning. Also, y'all remember like getting up early for school when you're a teenager and just how it's the worst. Like brain did not turn on for the first 3 hours, and even then it was like a struggle. Anyways,
Yeah. This is exactly the vibe. That's exactly the vibe.
yeah.
However,
Q.
conversely,
Oh yeah.
Kaede is like their uniform is like cleanly pressed, not a hair out of place, no creases, no anything on their uniform. Just looking absolutely just perfect and wide awake, and is actually at school early, picking up trash to help keep the place clean.
Oh no.
Oh my god.
We're like the opposite. We're like, do this. Don't do this. Don't.
I will pick up trash. I will spread cat food around the grounds. I love this. Is Kaede like typically like walking around? So maybe maybe they might see like Q and Hank potentially, but I think Hank is gonna approach Q and be like, oh, "Hey, morning. Have you seen Min?"
No, I haven't. I haven't seen the signs though. You've seen the signs all over the place.
Yeah, that's what I need to talk to her about. Like everyone knows it's her, and well, one, it's gonna come back to us, and people are gonna know, like they're gonna associate us with that, and it's gonna be problems. And two, and Hank kind of like unfolds one of them that he's taken down and like carefully folded up. So he's like taking care of it. And he unfolds it like pretty nicely. And he says, two, it's not a fairy. It's clearly like some kind of like bride that was left at the altar. Maybe she was like murdered or hung or something like that. Not a fairy at all.
She'll look at it. It's like, oh, that thing, the ghost. Yes.
So yeah, you seen her, right?
Wait, you?
Have you?
I've been having dreams about that last couple days.
Yeah, me too. I guess maybe Min too. Look, have you seen her or not?
No, but I think we can probably just follow the trail of signs. They've been taking him down and they've been putting up, so we just keep following where they keep continuing, and we'll find her, I think.
Okay, why don't you go wash your hands and then I'll get started and I'll catch you later.
She'll just like wipe the crumbs on the skirts. Like, there we go. And she'll reach into her bag. It's like, here, I got something for you.
Oh no, I mean, that's so nice. You shouldn't have.
It's a CD case. It's like new stuff. I got a bunch of new CD orders, so just put them on. They're all on here. So,
and I think Hank kind of like drops a little bit of that mask there and is like, "You kidding? When did you get this? What are you doing tonight?"
I mean, I don't know. What, you want to listen? I got more.
Look, I think it's really nice. Yeah, we'll figure it out later. And then Hank kind of like stuffs it away and says, "Yeah, but let's go find Min."
All right. She'll like just wave at the trees and just like, bye.
Okay, so let's check in on Kaede and see what's going on with them.
Yeah, as they're wandering around, picking up trash around the school, just greeting all the teachers, good morning, as a proper junior ambassador guide would do. They do like also encounter the pictures that Min has put up. Hank finds one on their locker and just like, oh dear, I've seen this before, and just kind of puts it away in the backpack so that they have a copy as well. Looks like Min's been up to something again. Better go find her.
So while you are at your locker, you actually notice something, or rather someone at the end of the hall, someone who has been at the school for the last week or so, a new kid, an unfamiliar kid who you can't really tell what they look like because you can only see their back, but they are wearing a kind of like a long trench coat style like coat, and since it's the spring, it's just like a leather trench coat, and they're getting ready for the day and they're taking it out. Just, it's definitely a kid that you've not spent any time with at all, like an unfamiliar kid that's been in the
No.
school. Like,
In my grade, or they're a different grade?
Actually, in your grade, so you will probably have seen them around but not interacted with them, so you specifically would know they've only been around for a week because you've only ever seen them in classes for the last week or so.
Like, have I noticed them hanging out with other people, or just have they been kind of on their own most of the time?
You get mad loner vibes.
How?
New
Because
kid, mad loner
The Matrix
vibes.
had just come out. Showing up to high school in a leather trench coat, you're like the most powerful person in the world. Just putting that out there.
Yeah, no. Yeah. You like, you don't know much about this kid except for the fact that, they're sporting a Matrix style aesthetic.
That I've seen them in my bio class or something.
Yeah, you've seen this person in a couple of classes, but you've definitely clocked like, this is new, or this person is new.
I think this morning, Kaida's gonna go over and be like, "Hey, hi, I'm Kaede. I know I've seen you in a few of my classes. It seems you've been eating lunch on your own or anything. If you'd like, you can join me and my friends for lunch today."
You when they turn to look at you, you see a girl. She has a high ponytail and just like very kind of serious Filipino features, and she says, "Yeah, that's really nice. Um, my name's Lucy, by the way." And she seems very like awkward and like almost timid and just like, it's nice to meet you.
Lucy, nice to meet you too.
Yeah, I've only been here like a week and I really don't know anyone, so I appreciate your offer.
It's not easy being a new kid here, especially when we all grew up together. Everyone here knows everyone, so it can't be easy. Just come join us for lunch.
Okay. And she'll nod and she'll just put her jacket away and grab her books, and she'll say, "Yeah, we should go. We should go to homeroom." And she'll just like point in the direction down the hall toward, in the general direction of where your classroom might be. And eventually the morning bell rings, y'all scatter off to classes, and lunchtime comes. The usual table is there. Whoever decides to show up, or not show up. And sometimes, depending on Hank's mood and, whether he wants to be seen with people or not, that kind of vibe. But it is lunchtime. It is also of note warm enough to eat outside in the courtyard where picnic tables are. So that is also an option because it is springtime.
Perfect, because Min has one of her posters and she's like going up to kids and as like they're trying to find their seats for table, and she's like, hey, have you seen this fairy? And just like asking everybody as people are coming out of class.
So
And
funny.
And the
Love that.
kids are okay. So I would like you to make the first roll of the game and give me a charm, just to
Ooh.
kind of see how well you convince people and what kind of reactions you get.
Okay. That is a 6, which is on a D6. So
Nice.
You get to roll it again. It explodes
it
because
explodes.
yeah,
First roll,
I got
first
another six.
explosion.
Ooh,
yeah.
Yo,
do it again.
what?
yes.
Yes, keep going.
Keep-
And a 1. So 13
Okay.
total.
Yeah. Okay.
Hey,
So
that's exciting.
Yo, yeah.
Good.
so you actually so the older students don't pay you any mind, but actually there's a bunch of other grade 9s, bunch of other freshmen who are like, that's really cool. Actually, I don't know if I've ever seen anything like it, but it's pretty cool. And you even get one kid that was like, I am super bummed that they disbanded the Supernatural Mysteries Club. Like, why would
Yeah,
they do
I
that? Like,
Yeah,
my
it's the
older
worst.
my
You know
older
what?
brother was in the original membership of that club. I don't know why they disbanded it. I was looking forward to it.
They disbanded it because they know the real and they don't want us to discover the secrets. That's entirely why.
Yeah, so there's that
We
one
just gotta
kid
keep
that
the
like
spirit alive.
so there's that one kid that like totally gets you, and then everybody else kind of in your grade are like cool about it. They understand what you're saying. And then there's one person that actually says, hey Min, I think I might have read something about that in a book, but they don't it's a book that my brother read about supernatural mysteries. Like, I'll see if I can get you a copy from my brother, like, because they removed all of the cool books out of the library after they disbanded the group.
This is true.
So I'm gonna talk to my older brother about it and get back to you on that, because you might have a point. And this kid, he looks at your drawing and says, is that supposed to be some kind of ghost?
No, it's a fairy. She's flying, see?
Yeah, but she doesn't have any wings.
That's because someone took them from her.
Interesting. And so once the crowd kind of dissipates and everybody like starts going to their tables, you have a strangely favorable response from other people in your grade. The older kids, they kind of just look at you like, oh, weird kid, like probably going on about that supernatural mysteries club that got disbanded. And Kaede, your new friend Lucy, you see them exit the building, the cafeteria, through the door that leads out to the like back area, courtyard where the picnic tables are. she looks like she's almost afraid of people, and she kind of, if any of you look, she's actually heading towards like a tree and just is kind of like, she thought she wanted to go and make friends, but then she's like, people, and then she's like, gonna go eat under the tree now, and actually sits under the tree that's close by. Yeah.
So I think, actually, is Kaede gonna go after her?
Yeah.
But Kate is also going to go find Q first. This seems like not a job for me. Maybe Q, you can, talk to the trees together.
Just looks at you in silence for a few. Oh, okay, fine. She'll just get up and just like wander toward her.
Because knowing me, I'm going to start talking about the types of trees. That's how I got this forestry badge. You have to learn to identify all the different types of trees and leaves and the various properties of all the different trees and how you know which one is which. Oh, I'm doing that again, aren't I? Sorry. Yeah, I think this might be something more you're suited to than me. Lucy doesn't seem very talkative.
Fight fire with fire, I guess. We'll see, I guess. And she'll
but
just like
fighting fire with fires can be very dangerous. So you must remember to always have water and other materials for prepping to put out the fire, according to the Junior Ambassador Handbook Guide. Otherwise, that's irresponsible fire starting.
good. You can throw dirt on us and make sure we're not on fire. Right? That's how that works, right? Forest fires, I think.
Well, normally the people aren't on fire, but if it's a small campfire, yes, you could put it out with dirt. Bigger fires need bigger materials to deal with them.
If the choices are to be on fire and have dirt thrown on me by you, just let me burn.
Noted.
Oh.
I think after that, Q's gonna just slowly, like apprehensively wander toward the tree and then just sit.
So the tree is actually like not that far away from like your usual table, because you, as a group, you have essentially dibs like the table like on the outskirts of the kind of eating area. So the gang is actually not that far away.
This will be
so you can actually just kind of look at Kaede and everybody else and be like, why am
yeah, it's you're gonna see some prime awkwardness as Q just doesn't acknowledge, just sits down, and you just see both of us just like stare into space, like ignore each other for a good like 3 or 4 minutes.
Lucy has a lunch bag. It's one of those like super brightly colored like Lisa Frank style art on the bag. Like it's a very quintessentially 90s like or early 2000s like kid thing. And then what you see is actually that she has not touched her lunch bag, that she has a book. And she kind of says in a really flat tone of voice, and she says, I can't figure out why we moved here. My mom says we have a connection to this place, but I don't know what it is.
That's interesting. I mean, I moved here because my parents had a job, and that's pretty much it. If you have something cooler, if you have like some sort of connection to it, I guess that's good as well.
I have no idea what it is. They won't tell me. But I mean, you've lived here a long time, right?
Not that long.
is it long enough that you could tell me if all the weird stuff about this town is true?
Yes, all the weird stuff is true. Absolutely.
She kind of looks like she's actually very surprised to hear that.
And then Cute will point to Mint, like, she knows all about that stuff, all the signs, all those things like that.
No way.
Absolutely.
And so she kind of just looks in the direction of your usual table, and she's like, I was kind of afraid to tell anyone because I didn't want people to think I was weird.
And that's a problem. I mean, we're all weird. I mean, I'm
It's
sitting
just
under a
really
tree,
hard-
just staring
like,
off.
I don't have a problem being weird. It's just really hard when you're starting over, and it's not that I have a problem being weird. It's just that other people seem to have a problem with me being weird sometimes. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you know what? She'll point at Hank, and he'll like, he has a problem being weird. He's weird, but will not say it. So she'll be like, wave. It's like, hey.
And she'll kind of tilt her head to the side and just like, And she mouths the words "try hard" at Q.
She'll laugh. Mhm.
And then she'll say, well, if you could introduce me to your friend who
Oh yes,
yeah.
that's true. What? Sorry, I'm Q. What's your name? That went a weird
Lucy.
direction. Yes. Oh, good to
Lucy.
meet you.
Yeah.
We should probably move. This is the mean squirrel tree. There's a mean squirrel that eats all the food that everyone leaves out, and is just angry all the time. So we should move. I think it.
So as soon as you basically invoke the mean squirrel, there is literally a squirrel that like scurries down the tree and like super aggressive squirrel vibes, and Lucy just jumps and she looks at Q like, you weren't, the expression on her face is like, you weren't kidding. And she waits for Q to like, lead the way. Just
Yeah.
like, and she grabs her lunch bag, her really bright, funky
Q's gonna be
lunch
like
bag.
at the squirrel's like, get away.
And the squirrel kind of like tries to be all like aggressive back, but then kind of just like,
That's right.
runs away.
That's right. And she'll walk the June back and back to the table.
Yeah. And Lucy will just kind of sit.
I mean, Lucy, yeah. Sorry.
And once the introductions are dispensed, she'll put her book down. And you'll recognize, or at least you recognize the title, because this is the same book that the one kid mentioned that their older brother had. Min would recognize it, and she is also reading this book.
Oh,
It's a book of like supernatural mysteries.
So Min, when they came up, was like, has one of the posters is kind of like drawing a pair of like fairy wings behind this figure, and she looks over at the book and she goes, oh, where'd you get that book?
It's a book that my family's had in our collection for years.
Oh
and
gosh, I've heard about it, and I really wanted to see it. Could I take a look?
So Lucy will offer the book and say, here you go.
Oh my gosh. And Min's just gonna open it up and like start flipping through it really quickly.
Something that you notice when when you flip through it is actually a very similar image to the one that's on your drawing.
She puts them side by side.
Minus the
Yes.
wings. Minus the wings, it's eerily similar. Maybe a little more like ethereal and spectral and less humanoid, but you know, very similar.
Does everybody see this? I'm not the only one seeing this resemblance, right?
Hey, Lucy, right? That's yeah. You met Q, that's Min, that's Kaede, Hank. Did you just move here? I haven't really seen you around.
Yeah, I'm in her class, and she points to and her classes, and she puts to Kaede. I'm in grade 10.
And Hank kind of like leans in, like lowers his voice and says, you've been having weird dreams since you moved here?
She like does the eye darting thing, and she says, she kind of just nods quietly, like,
This is messed up. This is messed up.
Wait, Hank. You've been having
so
weird
and
dreams
then
as well?
she kind of leans over, like, to have the group hear it. She says, even weirder than that, my family said that there's a connection to this place, and I don't know what that is, but as soon as we moved here, I started having like really weird dreams.
Wait, when did your family move here? Like a week ago?
Yeah.
And then
And
Hank,
it's weird because it seems out of the blue. It's like it's still winter. It's early spring. So it's like March, April, and it's
Mhm.
like relatively close to the end of the school year. So like it's a couple of months out from the end of the school year. It's like early spring. Warm enough on the west coast of Canada to not necessarily wear like a heavy jacket. But yeah, her family just like a little over halfway through the semester moved to town, and it seems out of the blue and random.
yeah, so Hank pulls out his little paper like journal and looks over to Kaede, and then he's like thumbing through it and like trying to count the days to try to match if like there's a similarity here. And there definitely is, but it's gonna take him a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it absolutely tracks. So you, as eventually, as you suspected, you can confirm that the dream, when you started having the dreams is roughly around the time that, Kaede started seeing Lucy in classes. Between all of you in the group, you can collaborate this information.
About this figure.
Sorry, Danny, you cut out there a little bit.
Oh, sorry. I said, what does the information in the book say about this character?
Yeah,
figure?
So what the book says is that it is a ghost that haunts a specific area around some kind of event, like a I would say like a traffic accident or something similar, like it's related to a place where a traumatic event like that, like the ghost tends to linger. There's like information about that. It's very vague, and yeah, it has like a short passage about that. It's mostly what it is mostly snapshots of different ghost stories, different mythologies, around like the afterlife and ghost stories. So that was what, at least in that particular chapter, you know, that's what you were looking at.
No.
And then
Guess
you
it
get
wasn't a
then you
fan.
get some really then you get into some really cool stuff like wild mythological creatures like, um half eagle, like crazy monsters, uh dragon birds, stuff like that. Like, so you have this section on ghosts and then you get into some weirder chapters with like really weird creatures. It's a really cool, interesting book about supernatural mysteries, but the section on ghosts is the one that stands out to you.
I think Min looks really kind of bummed when she finds out it's not a fairy. And she's just like, it's just a regular old ghost.
Wait, regular
How
old ghost?
boring is that?
Oh,
Yeah, it's just a
that's not
regular old
boring.
ghost. It's
It's
so
not bad.
boring. But I was hoping it was a fairy.
So I have a question. I just moved here. I wanted to know, like, is this like a thing that happens a lot? Like people having dreams about ghosts and like hauntings? Because I've heard this place is weird, but like, are ghosts a thing here?
People think
I
this place
mean,
is weird, but honestly, it's like your regular town. We got a weird
yeah.
shop. But I think the weirdest thing is that your family moved in a week ago, and that's when the dream started. So, I'm not saying anything, but I kind of want to know what's going on here because, like, I don't believe in all this weird, uncool stuff, but what's your deal?
Honestly, it's not my deal. It's my parents' deal, and it won't explain anything to me. I've been trying to get them to explain why we moved here. They won't tell me anything. But I found the book. You know, ever since I was like really little, I've been finding things where I'm not supposed to be finding them. So I managed to sneak the book out of the house, but they I feel like they think there's some weird, they actually believe there's weird supernatural stuff happening here.
I mean, there is. There definitely is. It's normal. I mean, everyone's saying it's not normal. It's normal. This is a normal town with normal things. And, we just are a little more accepting of reality here that there are creatures that we can't see half the time. They're all around us. And so maybe your parents just saw the truth. And so they wanted to come here to explore and see what really is out there.
I mean, she kind of looks a little bit kind of unsure. But then she pulls something out of her or she takes the book and she flips to the last page where she's stuck a photograph in, and it's a it's like it's a grayscale photograph, and it is the it's essentially the like one main road, and it's just like a highway, like a freeway, like a road that leads into the town. So it's like the outskirts of town essentially. And she's like, so this is the like main road, correct? And she shows the picture, and you guys all recognize this road. It's the one that leads into town. There's a sign that says welcome to Swan Shores Creek. You all recognize this place. So I don't know if my family lived here before or whatever the deal is. But I kind of want to explore more and figure things out about why I'm here.
Well, Q and I think we're gonna go on a little exploration hunt tonight. You want to join us?
Yeah. I mean, if you have a spot already picked, we can like look around. That's great. We can just wander around.
We're
Yeah,
supposed to wander around after curfew. Don't you remember this?
The ghosts
So-
don't show up around curfew. At night. They come up at night.
It's fine. I'm supervising,
They
right?
yeah,
That's
they
in the book.
purposely exactly, and they purposely have curfew so we don't go out and see the ghosts.
Exactly.
Or whatever it happens to be.
I
Bigfoot.
love that Hank has just said, I will supervise them, and y'all are 14, and except for Kaide, who's 16. I just want to point that out for the audience because it's
Come.
really funny.
I mean, if Hank wants to take responsibility for us, that's great.
Y'all
You
are
can't
great.
drive yet.
Well, we're just gonna walk.
I mean,
I mean,
Maybe we'll be kids on bikes. No, I'm sorry. Sorry.
So,
Get out of here. Just
I
kidding.
mean, you beat me to it. You beat me to it. I was going to point that out.
also, one thing I'd like to do, I'd like to roll brains on town history.
Yeah.
Nice.
Ooh, love it.
Sadly, that is only a 5.
What is your die that you rolled for that? Sorry, I should
D20.
look. D20.
Ooh.
Okay, so so here's the thing. One of the badges that you have been working on is your civic history badge. And you're still working on it. So you haven't gotten all of the details down. But you do know about Swan Shores Creek so far in your studies is that there's actually an old rumor. It's not something you read in a book, but you know about this through like stories of like elderly people at the nursing home, or people that
Where I got my elder
your
assistant badge.
grandma or whoever, right? Essentially, the elder citizens of Swan Shores Creek talk about this rumor sometimes that there was a car accident at the outskirts of town in like the early 90s, but the rumor is they never found a body for this person. There's this whole like extravagant story about it, and that the outskirts of town is actually like super haunted, but nobody actually believes that, and it doesn't really hook anybody. Cryptids sell, ghost stories not so much, especially like car accidents. They're sad. They don't, nobody talks about the tragic stuff, but they'll talk about Bigfoot or some kind of dragon fish
bird.
creature,
It's a herd fish. Yep.
Oh yeah.
I'll mention this to everyone. Well, there's a local rumor about a ghost story, but that's about all I know. I'm still working on my civic engagement badge and civic history badges. Sorry, I haven't done as much research on this one yet.
There is a ghost story, though. That's something.
It's a ghost story that only old people talk about, but it's there.
Yeah.
Sure. It's what the
For like
elderly
one old
people
person.
the elderly people who play bridge or mahjong or whatever, they talk about it. That's their deal. But it's not something that they have passed down. And some say it's because they don't want to scare the children. Others say it's because it's not true. There's different reasons behind this, and it's something that you have overheard, but not really confirmed or looked into in any way.
That picture's so old. Like, why now? Anyways, I think Lucy, you're right. Your parents moved you here for some weird reason. I say we go tonight. Let's bring some shovels. Maybe it's not a ghost. Maybe it's like buried treasure.
Ooh.
Because they came back. Like otherwise they wouldn't have a picture like this, right?
I mean, I don't know. I don't really know. This was just like, I know that my parents lived here at one point, but I'm not sure why they wanted to come back. So I just like
Right.
I'm not doubting their connection to this place. I just don't understand it.
I guess as we're gonna figure out. Your parents gonna miss that book, or we need some alibis. Katie, can you make up some elaborate story to figure out why we're not at home tonight?
The Master Guide Scout doesn't lie.
But they help out friends, and I'm asking you to make up a story that happens to be a gross lie.
Okay,
Wait,
so
no, you
here's
tell
what
the
I'd like
truth.
for you. Here's what I'd
What
like
is
for you
it?
to do. Okay. In Kids on Bikes, when you do a contested roll, you are not rolling for an outcome. You are rolling for narrative control, which means the person who wins this contested roll is the one who gets to decide what happens. What I would like for the two of you to do is roll charm,
All right, let's do this.
because I feel like Kaide would, as the responsible one, put up a fight here.
I got a solid 2.
I have no idea because I just threw that one die off the table. So let's go with a different d10.
So charming, my dice just fly off the table.
Amazingly, with a 2, you beat me because I rolled a 1.
Yes,
Ooh.
y'all, we're
Whoa.
struggling
So
here.
Kaide gets an adversity token in Kids on Bikes. Even the failures get rewarded. Adversity tokens help you activate your strengths and also help you help your friends when you are doing something that you have planned together. If you're doing an impulsive action, you cannot spend adversity tokens to help each other. But if it's something that you've all planned together, then you can, rely on each other's support, Remember the game plan, kids. Okay, so Hank, Steve, you have narrative control. So how does Hank convince Kaide to help him create an alibi?
It's like just twisting the words. We're lying. We're gonna lie to our parents, but Kaede, you don't have to lie. You can just say that you're helping all of us with like a writing assignment, which I mean technically you are, and that's gonna take you basically all night.
And I feel like Lucy kind of speaks up and says, if it'll help, I can say that I invited you guys over. I mean, my parents have been wanting me to make new friends. And she looks Kaede, like, if that's cool.
Also, I hate to do this. The Junior Master Guide Handbook does also say, be loyal to your friends.
So
And it
there we
looks
go.
like someone needs to look after you. So I guess I'm going.
You
That's what I'm telling my parents, that I have to look after you.
So what Lucy does is she takes a notebook out of her she has a little notebook in her lunch bag, because it's not just her lunch in the bag, but she scribbles down her address. Small town, y'all know the area, so she will leave the piece of paper in the middle of the table for all of you, and she'll say, she'll look at Min and she'll say, you know what? Just bring that book to my house when you're done reading it. this afternoon, and she'll say, I'll see you guys after school.
Yes.
Nice.
And I think it would be a good time to take a 5-minute break. So we will figure out what these kids are going to do about this little ghost story, and we'll be right back after a 5-minute break. Thank you so much for joining us for this cute little one-shot. Remember, !donate. Every dollar counts. Thank you so much, everyone. Mwah. Hello, welcome back to our little Kids on Bikes adventure. This is all for charity, roll for solidarity, exclamation mark, donate. Check out the link, give as much as you can, if you can. Every dollar counts. We are uplifting Black people, we are uplifting Asian people. That's what we're doing here. All right, so back to the story. You all eventually meet up at Lucy's house after school. Is there anything you want to do before you go to Lucy's house?
I think that Min will probably try to do some extra research on ghosts and this legend / ghost story.
Okay. You don't have any access to anything at home that would help you with this research. However, there is a public library that's it's technically the next town over, like the bigger town. So because Swan Shores Creek doesn't have its own library, it just goes to the next town over, which is slightly bigger and has more stuff in it. But essentially that area has like a lot of cool books on like different different mythologies, like Greek mythology, like all of that stuff. And you
I'll
can
see if my dad can take me, if he can drive me over. It's too far.
Yeah, your dad's pretty much like, library, yeah, sounds legit, if you're doing homework or whatever, it's fine.
Yeah.
You don't need to really try hard to convince your dad to take you to the library of all places.
No, I mean, I go library a lot.
You
as
do.
much as I can convince him.
Yeah. And yeah, you take a ride there. The book that you do have references ghost stories, but not really. It's more like the fantastical creatures, like the griffins and the unicorns and all of those. So your book in particular doesn't have them, but because your thing isn't really like ghost stories. Your thing is more like mythical creatures and fae and things like that. So, but you are very interested in this ghost story. And yeah.
Can I roll like a brains check possibly to maybe
go ahead and roll
stuff like that?
Yeah, go and roll me a brains check.
Y'all, I promise that I am
No.
not making
I
have a
Yes.
D20. I have a D20 on brains and I rolled a natural 20.
Your
Yes.
brain exploded.
Yes.
I'm just exploding everywhere, and that's an 18 on the second, so
Oh my-
38.
Wow.
I promise I never roll this
Wow.
well.
The
That's
library
so
comes to you.
So you definitely like you go back to the archives of the town and you find the like it's essentially like microfiche or whatever, like the slides. So you actually have to go into the machine and like use it, like the machine, to see what it actually is. But it's a slide of this one article about the car, like the car accident on the outskirts of town in like August of 89. And unlike the rumors that have been passed around, there was nothing about a missing body, but like there was an actual accident. So that part you can in fact confirm.
Oh, does
one
it say
of
like a
the
specific location it was at, like the pinpointing it?
actually there's a picture on the picture like in the article, and it is in fact like the Welcome to Swan Shores Creek sign is in the background of it too. So it's very much similar to the picture that Lucy has shown you, like in that general area. The one thing that is notable to you is that that piece of paper that Lucy left y'all with her address, she actually wrote her last name.
Oh.
Right? And you actually pick up that you pick up names in this article. James and Eleanor Kincaid.
And it's the same last name?
Same last name.
Oh!
They were involved in this accident.
Involved how?
Well,
Like they were...
okay, so they survived. Essentially, the article says that they survived the accident. But,
Okay.
you know, they're mentioned in the article as having survived this accident.
Perfect. We hit the jackpot. Wow. Okay.
You rolled a nat 20, so yes, you did. And the other thing that you pick up on is there is one really kind of random, obscure book that, like, if you look at the back of the book, there's like an envelope with a card, like the ones that you have in like the old school libraries where you have the
to check out your book.
Yeah.
To check out your book, and you pull out the card that's there, and the last time it was checked out was like 1994. Like nobody's read this book in a long time, and it's like at least 6 years.
Ooh.
Okay. And it is just an old book about like ghosts and how to like summon ghosts, like exorcisms, like how to clear ghosts from a specific area, like release ghosts, that sort of thing, helping them pass on to the other side, you know, all sorts of details like that. It's just a really old book that, you know, apparently the last time anyone's ever found a use for it was like 6 years earlier. Just like, first of all, what the hell was going on 6 years ago? But also like, you know, this might be useful later.
I'll check
and
it
you
out.
happen to have a library card, so
yeah, I'll check this book out, write my name,
yeah,
and all that good stuff.
Yeah, the librarian looks at you like as one of the regulars that shows up all the time and says, interesting choice for research today, Min.
Yep, we're just might have to do an exorcism later today, so you know, gotta be prepared.
She looks like she tilts her head to the side, and then she says, oh, you kids. And she's like, is that what kids are into these days? And she'll just nonchalantly like check the book out and everything. So you are good to go.
Thank you.
And when your dad picks you up, he says, sweetheart, did you need a ride to your friend's house?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
Actually, if we could stop by home and get some supplies really fast, that'd be great.
Sure.
She's just gonna try to grab a couple things from around the house that feel like they would fit, you know, things that would be needed to you know, clear
so
ghosts.
I am gonna say
I don't want to take up too much time, but
no, I'm gonna say you get a candle and you get some chalk, and you also have you get a candle and some chalk and some incense.
maybe some salt for good measure.
Yeah. You also grab some garlic just in case.
Oh, yeah, garlic. You never know.
Yeah. Anybody else got any prep work?
I do.
Cool. Okay, let's go.
So Kaede first does their homework, gets all that taken care of, and then goes around, gets multiple backpacks so that everyone has a flashlight, extra batteries, a multi-tool. Oh, actually, I don't know if I trust everyone with multi-tool. I'll keep some of these with me. Roll of tape, that might be useful. So just like, basically, here's your emergency supplies, all the things you'll need. Oh, wait, snacks, water bottle, yes, those things also. All right, and everyone gets 5 different backpacks, so everyone has all the things that they should need.
Great.
So do you get, how do you get all of this stuff to everyone? Would Kaide have their driver's permit? Because they're
Believe so.
16, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. For the sake of this, I'm going to say Kaide actually has the driver's permit.
Ooh, fancy.
Ooh.
Yeah. So all you got to do now is convince parental unit to lend you the car.
Hey, Mom, Dad, I need to go help some of my friends with a project tonight. Can I borrow the car?
Yeah, sure, sweetie. As long as you make sure to get back by 10 p.m., okay? I don't want you out too late on a school night.
No, Scout's honor. It'll be home by then.
Scout's honor.
Oh,
Oh.
you get the most tender kiss on your forehead from your loving father, who then tosses you the keys and says, you've been doing really well practicing your driving, so I trust that you can handle yourself. And he does this like smile that he always gives you. It's like a proud papa smile. I'm proud of you, darling.
Nothing but to be the best possible, and someday I'll get that Ambassador Scout guide leadership pin. So you can trust me, right?
If anybody can do it, it's you, sweetheart. And he says, I have some work to do in my office, but be safe. And don't forget, your curfew's at 10.
I remember 10 o'clock.
Okay, so you're good. Anybody else?
I think Q is bringing her cryptid kit, which is like she has her headlamp, bunch of books, bunch of energy drinks for everybody, supplies, but not responsible supplies.
Awesome. No, Hank just shows up. Kaide, you come pick up Hank. Hank's fine. Hank stayed after school to do like rowing club. And then just like, oh yeah, I forgot this kind of thing. Doesn't have to talk to the parents. Went to the office during like break and just called them and was like, hey, I'm not gonna be home till late because, and then just read off whatever Kaede had given him.
You have an alibi. You're going over to your new friend Lucy's house for dinner. You have a proper alibi, and you leave the message, and your parents know where you are.
Yep.
Yeah.
Easy peasy.
Yeah, absolutely. And when you done everyone's dinner preparations, they finally get to the Kincaid house. Do you all show up at the same time?
Are we carpooling?
The car. Let's go in the car.
Yeah.
Well,
High
Hank
five.
and I are obviously getting there at the same time.
Okay, so what happens when you all show up is that the door opens, but there's nobody there. Like it just opens on its own. And a voice in the distance you recognize as Lucy says, "Come in, you guys."
So we don't go in, right? Like that's not normal. Or do we? Is it rude? I don't.
It might be rude.
Well, I mean, the door's open, but should we knock on the door, ring the
door's
doorbell
already-
anyway?
No, you knocked and then the door opened.
Oh, even worse.
That's really weird.
That's how
Okay,
doors normally
and I just-
work.
Yeah,
I'll
we're
walk
just
in,
gonna
take
just
my
go
shoes off.
going.
Yeah, we all take.
Yeah,
Yes.
walk-
Oh,
take our
yes.
shoes
The
off.
shoes
Take the shoes off. Take the shoes off. And go explore.
So when you guys enter, there's a hallway, and then you guys can see into the living room, and you all see Lucy sitting cross-legged in the middle of her living room, but like you only see her back at this point. But she's sitting cross-legged with a book, and she says, "You guys will not believe what I found."
Quick question: does that
Mhm.
smell in the house like they've been cooking? Like, were they actually making dinner?
So here's the thing: Lucy's parents are not home.
Okay, yeah, it doesn't smell like they're making dinner.
Yeah.
Someone's up to
No,
something.
no. There's nothing cooking. The only reason Lucy offered herself as an alibi is because there's no adults. Like y'all can just do your thing or whatever.
Mhm.
But she says she's also 16 and doesn't really cook very well, so she's just it's a
Yeah,
whole
fair.
thing. But
Good.
she's looking at something on the floor cross-legged.
Oh, I mean, Min's just gonna jump right over her.
Yeah, Hank's gonna keep
Yeah.
some distance here.
Yeah.
We're talking like weird haunted house stuff is already happening. Also, no food.
Q's gonna go up. Just go right up. Just yep.
Hank,
Are we,
there's
like, peering
granola
on-
bars in the backpack. You can have some
Mhm.
of those.
Oh, sick.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, here, everyone here's your backpack. So I got these all prepared for everyone. But one thing, I gotta be home by 10.
Yeah, we should be done by
Okay.
then.
But we have a car,
s-
and what? It's 6 o'clock right now. We've got plenty of time, right?
It's a long time. It's a long time.
But yeah,
Yeah.
here's a backpack with flashlights, extra batteries, snacks, water bottles, all kinds of useful stuff. So everyone take yours. Then I guess should we all go to my car? I don't know. What's the plan here?
I think Lucy's gonna tell us something here. Hey, Kaide,
Yeah.
eat this. And in Hank's pack, he pulls out his snack and gives it to Kaide. It's like, ease up a little bit.
Lucy just says, "So my parents grew up here actually, and apparently they almost died in a car accident." And what you see is she's reading through a leather-bound journal.
Oh, yeah, I actually found some information on that in an article. And
Yep.
here's what I found, everybody.
Yeah,
And
so
I'll share all that.
Min will relay the information about the accident from '89, these young teens who got into an accident. And then there's something else. Lucy kind of like tenses up, and she says, "I think my parents are going to try to summon their dead friend tonight."
That's. Oh.
I mean, that's cool, but why?
I wish I knew. Yeah, I don't know. Like,
It kind of feels like well, we've all been having dreams of this friend, yeah. So what's to say they already haven't kind of summoned her or something?
Maybe it was a
well,
partial
I
summoning.
don't know. This journal entry was dated like 3 weeks ago. So, and then she'll like flip it, and then like, yeah, my mom stopped writing them like almost a month ago. So I don't know what's going on with my parents, but I thought maybe you guys should know that. I don't know if they've already summoned this friend, or if they're going to summon this friend. They haven't yet, but
Well, I mean, if there's a
my
summoning, there
parents are
should.
weird. I'm sorry. And she gets all like embarrassed and red.
mean,
And
If you're
kind of-
summoning something, there should be some evidence, right? Stuff.
I don't
Yeah, like
know. I haven't had time to
sample.
check. I found the journals and I started reading. I was looking to see what else was happening, but like, I don't know.
Well, look, we
no
know where
idea.
we know where they're going to be. Like it's going to be that
Yeah.
that off road. So
Yeah.
I think that's our next stop here.
Yes.
I don't know if we should be driving there though.
Oh wait, are we
this
doing
feels
this all?
like-
Is this a secret sneak thing?
It potentially, but I'm just thinking, given some facts that have been told to us, maybe driving is just inviting some bad things to happen to
That's
us.
true.
Maybe.
You know,
yes.
they did die in an accident.
Yeah.
be
I don't
sketchy.
know what your shoe sizes. I don't know what your shoe sizes are, but I have rollerblades. I have an extra pair of rollerblades,
Sick.
and I have a bicycle. Like, I don't know.
Nice.
I don't know how much that would help. Because I know Kaide showed up on a in a car. Min got dropped off. Like the rest of you got on bikes.
Yeah, I think Q just has a bike.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'm good with that.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think that'll work.
I mean, here. And she'll like grab her rollerblades and offer them to Min.
Ooh, those are
Try them out.
They're a little big, but
Um,
I can make it tighter.
Yeah, her feet are a little bit bigger. Yeah, her parents have bikes and stuff. Like, I don't know if you'd rather take a bike instead of the rollerblades, but she offers this.
No, yeah, the rollerblades work great. These
So, yeah, y'all head to that spot. And well, how long do you wait until it's like completely dark? Yeah.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
they're gonna do this at night for sure. Like, there's no other way you could do this. I don't think.
absolutely.
Yeah.
We should probably just get there and then we can kind of camp out around the site and wait,
Yes.
maybe as
A
a start.
stakeout.
Yeah,
Exactly.
stakeout.
All right, so we head
Very
out right
good.
away.
Yeah, let's
Yeah.
do it.
So this road, it's one of those like long stretches of road where there's like trees off to the side and stuff. And you can definitely like find a way to like hide out there. So you guys can find like a position where you're not visible, close to where that "Welcome to Swan Shores Creek" sign is. And you wait there. And as it grows dark, the apparition you all saw in your dreams slowly materializes above the road, like in a levitating sort of fashion. And that voice that haunted your dreams, it doesn't ask for help, but rather it says, "You have brought her to me."
Is it talking straight to us?
No, it doesn't, you guys are hidden, right? So it just,
Mhm.
Yeah.
it's more of just like you hear the voice.
Okay. Min is freaking out, like, I knew they were real. Like,
This
these
got-
things are
this-
real. It's real. It's real.
Yes.
Who
We're
has
gonna have
eyes
to-
on?
We're gonna be
Who has
putting
eyes
a
on
book.
Lucy? Sorry, go ahead.
I said we're gonna be putting a book. We're gonna be like, yes, they found a ghost. Yes.
Absolutely.
What
Where's
if there's a
Lucy?
Ghost Hunter badge. I can get-
Lucy, you okay, everybody roll a grit.
Grit.
All
A
right, grit.
Ooh,
Grit.
grit. Where is that? Okay.
All right.
Oh, that's a nice.
No exploding dice.
Roll
There we
higher
go.
than a 4.
15.
10.
7.
Okay,
6.
y'all notice that she has walked out of where you guys are hidden and has essentially gone towards the voice. And then what
No.
happens next gets real weird. And the voice says, "You came back for me." And then Lucy, Lucy just responds with, "I'm not the person you think I am." And the apparition says, "I need to say goodbye." And then Lucy comes back to you all in a very kind of quiet, like she doesn't make too much noise to come back to you guys, and she leans into the group and I think she thinks I'm my mom.
Oh, damn.
I mean, that explains why I was dreaming about her. I don't know why you guys got involved in it.
Why are we dreaming about this? If it only once. Oh, this just got really serious. I don't know.
I should have asked this before, but where are your parents, Lucy? Like, they clearly weren't at the house.
Well, I knew they were working, like what do parents do during the day? They work, but I have no idea what they were doing after work. So I don't know, but we're here. Maybe we should do something to help. This person seems like they need help. They were asking for help in my dream.
The ambassador scout will always help when needed. So
Min, actually, with your extremely amazing research role, you know that in the book that you checked out, there was a kind of like a ritual that involves a circle of salt, candles, incense, and kind of a spiritual releasing, helping pass to the other side.
Okay, so we know that ghosts stick around, usually because there's some kind of unresolved things. They're not at peace, right?
Mhm,
So
yeah.
what we got to do is we have a ritual we got to do. So I'm going to need everybody's help to make this happen. We got salt here. You take this cute, and here's some candles. Kaede, you take those. And then Chalk, Hank, you're good at art, yeah? You take that.
Okay.
And then, okay, perfect. So now what we gotta do is we gotta form this little formation right here, and I'm gonna sketch it out on my little notepad and like kind of show them like football game plan style how we need to set up this ritual. And then I'll turn to Lucy and say, "Do you know what the circumstances were from the accident? Was there any drama that happened, or like is there a reason that she felt?
So she pulls the journal that she essentially stole from her mother into the it just says that they swerved to avoid a moose. Sorry, I'm like, it's the
typical.
most Canadian thing I could think of.
That is extremely Canadian. Okay.
Moose
Okay.
are big
so-
and scary.
Swerved to avoid a moose. That's the story behind the accident.
I just don't understand what this ghost wants. What's keeping them from being at peace?
Should
Well,
we
maybe
ask the ghost?
Yeah.
yes. Or maybe the ritual will make things clearer, makes things from the other side clear, so maybe we'll be able to ask.
True.
It-
True.
This will help the ghost, right? This isn't like a banishing thing, is it?
I think we're trying
The
to help
book,
the ghost.
based on
Mhm.
your research, it's a helpful
Okay.
ritual.
We're trying to
and-
put them at peace.
As you are preparing, you hear something else, and you hear Lucy. You hear this ghost say, "I'm sorry I let you down. That I never made that we never made it." And Lucy just looks up at this spectral figure and says, "I think they know. They don't blame you for the accident. If there's any, like she's trying to
Mhm.
talk
Yeah,
to
yeah.
Yeah.
this ghost to kind of essentially her way of preparing for the ritual and trying to talk to this ghost. So you all prepare this ritual,
Mhm.
and Min, essentially, as the one who's performing it, I want you to roll a grit check. And I want everybody else to essentially roll a grit check, and if you hit the target number of 10, you will also you will basically add to the total for Min's roll.
Okay.
And you can also you can essentially like buff her roll.
I can't get better than a 10 on grit.
Yeah, but if you get a 10 on grit, you explode.
Oh, you're right. You're right.
You can get better than your
Come on,
max.
let's
did
roll
not.
that
Let's
exploding
do it. Come on.
I got a 4.
Oh,
Okay.
I got a
11.
1.
11.
Okay.
Yes. 11. 2.
So Min, go ahead and roll your grit.
Oh, I did. I rolled a 1.
Nice.
Oh.
Nice.
The pendulum
Um,
swings.
The pendulum swings indeed. There is a sort of shift in the kind of spectral figure, the ghostly apparition, as if it's trying to move on, but it wavers. And then there are two adult voices, and they say, "She's right. We don't blame you for the accident." And the other voice, the woman, says, "It's okay. You can go now." So with this extra bit of help, Min, I would like you to re-roll that grit and try
Oh,
again.
jeez.
Where did those voices come from? They just like came
Yeah,
out
were
of
they
like
just, are
nothing.
they like
Well, no. What you essentially hidden elsewhere down the road is Lucy's parents were there, hidden somewhere else,
Gotcha.
and they were being super sneaky about it as well.
Gotcha.
Wait,
And
feels
Lucy was
so
kind of,
bad.
if you guys can like tell, Lucy did not expect that either.
Mm-hmm.
And she looked like she was like, "Oh shit, I'm gonna be in so much trouble."
Oh, Min didn't expect it either. And I think as she tries to like adjust a line of salt that maybe got poured a little crookedly,
Yeah.
it messes it up a little bit. I rolled a 1 again.
Oh no!
Oh, no.
Yes,
Oh no!
that's so fucking.
Oh
We
my
have
God.
a go. I mean, I understand. We have ghost stuff. This is.
Are you on mute?
No, I'm good.
Oh, okay. Oh,
Yeah, it's not working. And Min, you're getting really, really frustrated. But eventually, the flickering stops. But the ghost remains. And then it takes a few minutes, but then Lucy joins you all in the ritual herself. And she says, and she takes the salt and fixes the circle with the and the chalk and everything. And she says, let's try again one more time, everybody. And you all focus in on the energy. And when you finally open your eyes after the end of this ritual, you see the ghost flicker again, but this time it fades into the night and the ghost just disappears. And the last thing you hear is a gentle, quiet voice saying, "Thank you." And then you hear Lucy talking to her parents, like, oh my gosh, I know I was supposed to be home, and like her, like, afraid of getting in trouble. But then you just hear, "It's okay, sweetheart. We're sorry we didn't tell you." And the Kincaid family has a moment and then eventually you all get offered rides back to the house where you do get a dinner. Lucy's
Yes.
mom makes a great stir fry, and you
Yes.
all get rewarded with dinner after this adventure. And you have a friend in Lucy who has
Who's the
over
Ghostbuster.
Yeah.
the weeks has grown out of her shell and like just become really close with everybody after this adventure.
Nice.
Nice.
That's so sweet. That's so wholesome.
Oh.
So cute.
And that, folks, is the end of our Swan Shores Creek adventure. Thank you so much for being here. I love my players. I love the audience. Thank you all for supporting this Roll for Solidarity event. We have day 3 tomorrow coming up. Just keep the ball rolling and support other people, like support other panels, other games coming up this weekend. I want to give a special shout out to TTRP Gifts and Transplanter RPG, because they are the ones who have made this, like, organized this event and made it possible. And through this event, I have been able to run this table and make these new friends. And one last time for the road, Denny, please tell us who you are, where to find you, what you do when you're not an adorable conspiracy theorist.
Oh, yes. Let's see. I'm Danny. Hello. I do things on the internet, such as stream charity games with friends that I can make, and do cosplay and stuff on like TikTok. And you can find me TikTok, Instagram, and Twitter at Bitterthorn. And yeah, it was fun playing with you all. I just want to note really quick because we didn't get to talk about them at all. But our school mascot was the Sockeyes, and we were really excited about that because their chant was to go sock 'em, Sockeyes, and we were just really happy about that.
It was so
Lore.
good.
Yeah, it
fun.
was- it
It
was
was
good.
cute. We had a whole bunch of things we came up with for our school.
Had 2 hours. I didn't know how to put it in there.
Oh no!
Oh, no, yo, it was
Not
fine.
at all. I just
No
want
worries.
to tell everybody how fun it was to be able to collaborate about the goofy little things we made up about this town.
Absolutely.
I'll pass it on to Akemi.
Hey, that's me. I'm Akemi, Ninja Penguin AM. I play games, make games. Like my day job is mobile gaming. So yeah, this has been a great thing. Oh, one thing, Kaede has totally taken very detailed notes about this and hoping to turn it in for a ghost hunting badge.
Yeah. Good after credits scene.
Yo, y'all are free to add your after credit scene. Who's next?
Yeah, I guess I'll hand it off to Steve.
Yeah, thanks for having me. My name's Steve Wen. You can find me on Twitter at DEEM Steve. The DM stands for slide in my DMs and talk to me about ghost stories. I love a good ghost story. This was so much fun. I had so much fun with the system too. It was my first time playing Kids on Bikes. This was like crisp game. Like it was so easy to just get into it. I had tons of fun. I had tons of fun doing the world building too. And I think my end credit scene, I would love if Hank got a chance to listen to that album, that CD with Q, but like with the Sony Walkman, where you have to hold it a certain way, otherwise it skips. And then the headset, you can't really share like the headsets with the band, so you have to
Yeah.
like put your 2 ears
But yeah, put you
together.
like each everybody's
Yeah,
on
yeah.
different side of like this side and the yeah.
Exactly.
Perfect.
And then Lynn.
Yeah, hey, I'm Lynn, Gremlin art pretty much everywhere. You can catch my art there, Illustrator, and you can catch my games where I usually end up playing just little trash gremlins most of the time is usually my thing. But yeah, thank you. This was so fun. I love Kids on Bikes and just like the wholesome like adventures and stuff like that, and be able to play with everybody here. And I think
I love that. Is there anything you'd like to add kind of as an after credits thing? No, you good?
I think no. Eventually during one of the school lunches, you know what? It's gonna be one of the crows just drops like a key on the thing. It's like, look at that bird. Look what it did. See, fed them.
Excellent. My name is Anne. You can find me on Twitter at XO_girlwonder, where I will tweet about all of the things that I do. I do many things and I forget. So I'll just, promote myself over on Twitter. Thank you so much for being here. All of you watching over there, all of you playing in this game. We will be back here on this channel in about an hour. I will be hosting the panel on this channel called Making It Personal. And we are going to talk about what it means to be Asian in the TTRPG space and what that means for representation. We are going to have a whole discussion about that in about an hour. Thank you very much, everyone. See you then.